So we are live. This is my second live of the night. In my last live, we talked about the factors on why we don't have community. And I don't know, I haven't rewatched it just now. I like to go back and do my timestamps and things of that nature, but I had to address the factors on why we don't have community, mainly because, we talked about, last week, the loneliness epidemic. Okay, the loneliness epidemic. And I'm not gonna lie, I be feeling bad for the men. Not really, but I do be feeling bad because I feel like the fact that we don't have community, it's all by design. And I'm not saying that we don't have community, because some of us do have community, which is why there's one demographic that is doing very, very well. Okay. And so that's what we're going to talk about on today. Okay. Black women as a collective have been doing a wonderful job in community, doing things by themselves, but also like they have their own, it's embedded into us as a people. Okay. So in our last video, we talked about why we don't, but in this video, we're going to talk about why we do. Okay. I'm talking about Black women. Black women still go to church. Okay. Still going to church, and they are in spiritual communities. Whether they go to church or whatever the case may be, they are still in community and they still have a very spiritual vibe. So they're already in tune with the energy. They're already in tune. It doesn't matter what it is, they are already in tune. Now, I have been reading my books and everything like that, and there's a reason for that, but we're going to just keep it nice and easy and breezy, okay? But Black women are still spiritual, and they are still. Also, it's worth noting that our community, and I'm talking about African Americans specifically, our communities are very matriarchal in a way. Mama and them. We are in everybody's business. The big sister is the family coordinator. So we are putting together baby showers. We are putting together weddings. We are putting together family reunions. We making sure that everybody get together, and we are managing the politics of the family, right? Who all don't like everybody, who can cook, who can't, you see, who got a dog, who got a cat. Okay. These are very, like we're in everybody's business, and it's just, it's our nature. It's our nature to be, to just be in each other's business. Like we just have to do that. We just have to know, are you okay? Is there anything that I can do for you? Did you eat today? Like these are the type of things that we do, and it's embedded into us. Like that's what we do. We have families, our friends, we have social circles. You have a lot of Black women that are in sororities. Okay. Community activism, always been like that, because we care about everybody. We've been taking care of everybody for our entire lives. Okay. I feel like, and they have been discussing this on social media. We were raised. Okay. But our sons, our brothers, they were loved. Okay. And that's why we having a little bit of problem right now. But we always make sure that our daughters, whether the relationship is good or whatever the case may be, they always learn something. They learn something. Maybe in a bad sense, they learn what not to do. Okay. What not to be, how not to do things. But you are still learning. You are still learning from your mother. You're learning something. Okay. She gave you something. She gave you a little bit, something. Okay. Another thing, Black women have social jobs. I've noticed. Okay. Now we don't like interacting with people at the job because we know we up here for this money. So don't make me work hard. Okay. But Black women are in very, very social jobs, nurses and teachers, mainly in customer service. Okay. Now that's just the baseline. But even if you go up the ladder, you get an office job, or you do project management, or whether you're in finance or some type of management, you are in a social position where you know how to talk to people. Okay. Or maybe you don't, but you are supposed to be talking to people. Black women talk to people at work. Okay. They deal with people on a regular day basis, which is why they're so stressed out. They are so stressed. We be stressed out because we're dealing with so many personalities all at the same time. I explained it to someone. Someone asked me why I wear so much white at work and things of that nature. And I do for spiritual reasons, but also white is a reflective color. Okay. Black is going to absorb. White is going to deflect or reflect. Okay. And so the thing is, if I'm a teacher, okay, I'm interacting with 30 kids. If I'm on a rotation or whatever the case may be, 30 kids 3 times a day when I was doing 3rd grade. When I was in 5th grade, we was on the rotation. That's 90 kids right there. But say if I was like a elective teacher, I'm going to see the entire school. And you're not just seeing the entire school. You're just not seeing 90 kids. 90 kids come with 90 energies from their household. So whoever they live with, whatever baggage they got going on, all of that leaves a mark, and you are interacting with that on a regular day basis, which is very emotionally taxing. Not even from a spiritual standpoint, just the emotional vibe. You are dealing with all this energy all at the same time. Not to mention, you're dealing with adults. You're dealing with adults. And these adults, God help them. Okay? So imagine that. That's just a teacher. Imagine a nurse. Okay? Imagine a nurse. You're dealing with all of that trauma. Okay? People coming in and they need this, they need that. Customer service. People need this and they need that, and they never care about what you're going through. Yes. Black women have social jobs. Doctors. Okay? Doctors. You have, okay, all of that. You might work in the government. You got to deal with the office politics. You work in corporate. You got to deal with the office politics. You're dealing with different demographics. All of that. And even with that, Black women remain resilient because our mothers gave us something. Okay? We were taught a little different. Always cover yourself. Always get what you need. We look out for each other. There are some of us that are, we're praying for them. But for the most part, Black women be looking out for Black women. I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for Black women. I remember when I first started my channel, I was uncouth. Okay? Limited vocabulary. And a Black woman said, hey, don't put your name on it. Ooh, Lord, have mercy. Yes. Yeah. She prayed for me. Okay. And even when I became a teacher, everything. Okay. And we transitioned into a new vibe. Black women did that for me. Black women looked out for me. Okay. Period. Always respect. Okay. Black women protect and prioritize their health. Okay. We take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves because we have already seen Big Mama. Big Mama was taking care of everybody. We seen the movie. She was taking care of everybody. She was handling everybody's problems. But when it came down to it, nobody looked out for her. Okay. And when she left, there were a lot of things that were left undone. Okay. So we have to make sure that we don't go through what she went through, and we take care of ourselves. We go to our doctor and we get checked up, and we are always trying to figure out what's going on. We're trying to eat better. We're being healthy so that we can have a longer life, so that we can take care of our kids and be there for our kids. Okay. Or just be there for ourselves. Okay. Another thing, women are outside, but they are out of the way. They're minding the business that pays them. Yes, Black women are not a monolith, okay? They have varying interests, okay? Some of us, but we all on one accord. You understand? We are not a monolith, and we all have different interests, but we are all on one accord. There are certain things that we are all in very much understanding of, okay? And we don't negotiate on certain things for ourselves. Okay. You would have to talk to us and figure that out. But and then, the fact that I'm not even telling you what we're all in accordance with is because why do I have to explain it? Because we know. Other people always trying to figure it out, but we don't have to explain it because we already know. That is something that we are all in accordance with. We don't overshare our information. It's on a need to know basis. Why do you need to know? Okay. Because the people that know already know. So we ain't got to explain it. See, that's something right there that we are all in accordance with. Okay. Not volunteering too much information. Amen. Moving on. We are seeing an increase of soft life, and with social media, we are able to see different lifestyles and see different things that are possible for us. We get to see visibility, different interests. And so we build community based off the things that we see, and we know where to go. Okay, so if you're into alternative things, then you just go to the alternative vibe, and then you can link up within those things. We just innately know where to go to find those communities within whatever it is that we're interested in. We always prioritize education. Okay, education, we can't afford to be ignorant. We can't afford to do that, you know, and even with some of us not being educated, they still want to better themselves in some kind of way. And that is very, very, very good. We all know what's up and we move accordingly. I think that's very easy. But I will say, in my last video, the tactics that come against Black women. Let me look at my time. The tactics that come against Black women. I feel like in the last video, Black women have been resistant and resilient of all of those tactics, okay? Despite the jokes, the music, the media, Black women have remained, okay, steadfast in their things, okay? Despite everything. And I know people like, well, what is the secret sauce? The secret sauce. What is the secret sauce? Okay? I'm not going to give you the secret sauce because the secret sauce is secret by nature. So I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is, you know, the tactics that they try to get Black women. Okay, this is stuff that we have to look out for. In addition to everything I told you in the last video, I said, you know, we're looking at demographics, so city versus country, but I don't really see that as much within Black women. What I do see in Black women is class, a class problem. So you have the bonnet versus not wearing the bonnet, classy Black woman, educated Black woman versus ghetto. Okay, stuff like that. That is something that is very divisive in our communities, specifically for Black women. The thing is, we do see a separation, but I don't feel like even with the separation, wanting to separate yourself, I still feel like there's a collective, like, I still mess with you, because at the end of the day, we are all one. Okay, we can listen to, we can listen to Meg Thee Stallion, we can listen to Cardi B, we can listen to Sexy Red, or whatever the case may be, and we can still go talk to Jill Scott. We can still get Erykah Badu. We can enjoy Beyonce and Rihanna, and we can enjoy a little, you know, we can enjoy a little bit of everything. Okay? It's not one or the other. We want to back it up. We want to back it up. We want to have a good time. We want to do chopper style. Okay? But we also want to meditate. Okay? We want to meditate. We kind of, you know, like we're not just one thing. So that's why I feel like it doesn't work to separate the different type of Black girl. Okay. We can be a lot of things. Like, I like to get done up. I like a full face. I like a nice beat. I like a hairstyle. There are things that are common in all of us. There are things that are common in all of us, and we can appreciate all the things that make us unique. You see, that's why things like Black Girls Matter, or Black Girl Magic, all of that stuff works because we appreciate each other. Okay. The things that make us different and unique, that's beautiful. And we celebrate that within ourselves. You don't have to be all one aesthetic. We love our Brandies and our Monicas, you see. Okay. And we're not going to let you take that from us. Okay, because we can do everything. We're every woman. That's what Whitney said. Okay, that's what she said. Okay, we're every woman. So because we know that. Another thing that I've noticed is a tactic specifically targeted at women, but it doesn't work for Black women, is because we like ourselves. Okay, in other demographics, they're always trying to reach this unattainable beauty standard. Okay. They're always trying to reach this unattainable beauty standard and looking like the model, blah, 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 blah. But Black women love themselves. We love ourselves. Okay. Do we want to lose a little weight? We can. We will. We'll get there. But at the end of the day, I like the way I look. Okay. And I like pies and I like my thighs. I want to be healthy, but I'm not gonna, because I'm not looking through your lens. I'm looking through my lens and I like what I see when I look in the mirror. There's nothing wrong with that. We look good. We set trends. We like what we like and we don't care what nobody else got to say about it. In fact, other people want what we have. So why would I go outside when they want what I have inside? Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, we love ourselves. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work. These things don't work. What else? Let me think. I have my notes here. Something that I've noticed is the health. But we're fixing that. We're having Black doctors and nurses and things of that nature. They try to get you with the health. They try to get you with the health. But because we take care of ourselves, we getting there. We closing that gap. We're closing that gap. Another thing is, though, our relationships. And this is something that might be. So separating the man from the woman. Okay. Because some demographics, some of our men can be a little short-sighted. Short-sighted in their response to stimuli. And patriarchy as well. Patriarchy as well is going to definitely do it. Because here's the thing. It would be great if our leaders were leaders for everyone. But oftentimes what we find is that we elevate certain people and we find out that they are for themselves. It's also kind of the equivalent like when you see a celebrity and you find out who his significant other is, you see. And it's all the marketing ploy so that you can get our money and things of that nature. So you say you're down with the cause, but you're not really down with the cause. Not saying that you can't be down with the cause because of who you're dating, but it's just very telling. And so that is something that is very, very divisive. But I feel like Black women have been doing very good in standing on business that if you don't, care about the things that we care about, then we don't care about you. And we stand on that. We stand on that. And we take that very seriously. I've also noticed that whenever a celebrity makes disparaging remarks, especially of Black women, Black people, but really Black women, it does not end up well for them. It doesn't, they start aging, they start having problems for real. For real. There's a spiritual reason for that, but I'm not going to talk about it today. But yeah, I've noticed they fall from grace. They fall from grace because it's just like Black women be looking out for everybody. We love everybody, but we don't always get the same love returned and reciprocated to us. And that is very heartbreaking. And I wish that we would just I'm not going to say get over it, because it is a cycle. Okay, playing with our emotions is giving very much narcissistic feedback loop over and over and over again. Okay, and I wish that we would spot these things. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. I was going to save it for February. February was going to be my relationship and interpersonal relationship videos. But, I'll talk about it. I'll add it in there. But just different things that we should look out for in relationships, as well as, interacting and social and everything like that. So yeah, but that one has been very effective. The separation of the man, or not getting all of, just not feeling wanted in a relationship. So like when they put out all of these different things saying that, Black women are not swiped on the most on the dating apps, or they don't get as many messages and things like that, trying to say that Black women aren't desired, that Black women aren't wanted, that does a number on our psyche. Even though we love ourselves and we love other people, it's always being regurgitated that they don't really like us and everything like that. But I feel like at the end of the day, Black women are like, if you don't like us, we don't like you. Period. We didn't like you anyway. So you see what I'm saying? So it doesn't work. It works, but it don't work. It don't work because you still have this element of pick me. We're working on that. That is divisive. And, yeah, that one might be working just a little bit, because there are some women that will stoop so low, right? And they will accept anything They will accept the titles. They will accept this and they will accept that just so they can be chosen, right? And so that's why that's a tactic that is really, but I feel like it's losing its juice, and it's going to lose its juice because eventually Black women or everybody is just going to be like, you know what, it is what it is. We're going to be by ourselves. We're going to go to a bank and we'll have our kids and we'll do whatever we got to do. We'll figure it out for ourselves, but we're not going to put up with the foolishness. Okay. But that is something that's a tactic that has been working. Like I said, separation by class, not really working. I feel like we appreciate each other. We accept each other. We code switch. And so we understand the different demographics within our own community. Children, we love our children. We love our children. And we don't let nobody mess with our kids. And so, extended family is an issue because it's like, can't nobody say nothing to my kids. But the thing is, somebody needs to say something to your kids. Somebody needs to say something to them. Somebody need to have a conversation. You see, you're doing the best you can, but you can't do it all by yourself. And so sometimes the kids fall through the cracks. You see, if you working full time or over extended double full time and 80 hours a week, then yeah, you're not going to see everything. You're not going to pick up everything. And because we work so hard, we're so educated, we got all this stuff popping off, we're not always there for our kids. Okay. And so the kids fall through the cracks. Our girls might fall through the cracks. Our boys might fall through the cracks, you see. And then, they get into different things. So that's the issue that we have with the class. Okay, that's the issue that we have for the class. And what's good for my child. I know what's good for my child. I know da 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 da. And not wanting to take direction, not wanting anyone to say anything to you. That is a real problem. But that comes with being too individualized. But the thing is, the reason we're too individualized, it comes from a trauma response. Something must have happened to where you feel like you can't trust the community. And that's often because we didn't listen to our girls. We didn't listen to what happened. And so now they don't want to listen to anything, but we need to bring that back together. We got to bring that back together so we can be together in a collective unit. And I feel like we're doing better at communicating with each other. And these are my boundaries. Okay. These are my boundaries. Even when I'm in education and I talk to parents, I always let them know, like, I'm on your side. I believe in what you believe in. However, don't push it. Because, everybody, because we having kids a little earlier and different things of that nature. You trying to be better. Oh, that's my alarm. Ooh, let me turn that off. All right. We're trying to do better. We're trying to do better, but we might not necessarily know what better looks like. We might not know how to do things and different things of that nature because we never seen it. Okay. And that's a generational thing, not necessarily an individual thing. Okay. And so if it's a generational thing, then that means it's systematic. Okay. So those are things that we have to address as well. Okay. All right. I think we're doing really well because I don't think we have a lot of problems as opposed to, that's why Black women stay on one accord. We can stay on one accord because we accept each other, because we love each other, and we go where we are appreciated. Okay, we go where we are appreciated, and if we stay to ourselves and we find peace and wholeness within ourselves, and we don't need other people to tell us who we are. We know who we are. Okay, we know, and we are always uplifting each other and ourselves. We're finding solace within ourselves. All this stress was going on. And you know what I saw on TikTok? Because everybody having problems. Everybody got problems. But you know what I saw? I saw the dance challenge, DD4L. That's what I saw. I saw wonderful energy. I don't know what algorithm other people got, but I had wonderful time on my algorithm, And so we are seeing the community. That's why we have our community. We have each other. We have ourselves, because we know ain't nobody going to have us like we have ourselves. We don't fall for the stuff that be happening over there. The other thing is, Black women have seen everything. We have seen it. We have experienced it. We have lived it. We know what it looked like. And we're not going to just let it happen. We're not going to just keep, you know what I'm saying? Like, we know what it looked like. We know exactly what everything looked like. We know what it sound like. We know everything. Our mothers talk to us. They told us the whole game. Okay? They told us the whole game. They told us everything. This how it's going to happen. This what they going to do. And we never drank the Kool-Aid. We never drank the Kool-Aid because we already know what come with that Kool-Aid. We already seen it. Okay? Now, we're all for inclusivity, but at the same time, like, let's talk about feminism, because feminism for other people and our feminism is different. It's different. It's different because Black women have always been fighting for their feminine energy since forever, right? With Sojourner Truth, ain't I a woman? Right? So this solidarity thing, it doesn't really work because as long as other people get what they want and they're willing to use Black women as a scapegoat and a stepping stool, it doesn't care. They don't care. It doesn't matter. And so Black women are not willing to play the role of the scapegoat. They're not willing to play the role as the stepping stool. We're not willing to. That's why they don't want to show beautiful Black women. They always got to show, Black women who pride themselves on looking weird. Okay? Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I've also noticed why do you have to deface yourself as a Black woman to be on certain platforms and things of that nature? Because they don't want for it to ever get out that Black women, we are the standard. We're better than the standard. You see what I'm saying? They don't ever want that to get out, So it's just kind of like, I believe in solidarity, but not really. Because if you don't believe in the type of stuff that I believe in, then we're not on the same page. We're not even reading the same book. Okay? All right? Because some people only care about getting what they want out of the situation. And that is evident in certain results. That's all I'm going to say. Because when it come down to it, people would choose against themselves every single time. You can't say that you love yourself. You can't say that you love progress. You can't say that you love this and you love that, and you will vote against yourself. You would choose systems as opposed to something else every single time. And that's why you don't have community. That's why Black women have community and other people don't. Okay? Because they not together like that. They not really moving as a unit like that. They not all on one accord. They not on a accord within themselves. Okay? Because you can't be in the same household and have different ideas and interests like that for real. If you in the same household and it's not lining up, okay, the number's not mathing, it's not mathing over there, then something's wrong with that. Okay? Because over here, we all on one accord. We all move. When I move, you move, just like that. You see, but they not doing that over there. That's why they don't have no community. That's why they failing. Okay? Because when I move, you move. And it's just like that over there. When I move, everybody not moving. Everybody not moving. There seems to be a problem with the rhythm over there. Okay, we got the rhythm. We got the steps. 1, 2 step. Okay. Over there, I don't know if they're not. There's 1, 2, 3 step. It's very confusing. It's very confusing, allowing themselves to be separated, allowing themselves to be distracted, allowing themselves to deal with all these different things. Okay. I just have to explain that, but we're doing well because we do community well. We know what it takes to be in community. And now with therapy and everything, we're doing amazing. You're doing amazing, sweetie. Yeah, we're doing great. I'm not going to give too much information because you already know. But it's just like, I hope this video makes sense. In the last video, I feel like we talked about all the different things on why we don't have community. Okay? What happened to the community? Okay? All right. And if we need to redo that video, because I don't know if I was making sense or not, we'll redo it. But I feel like this video is good too. But I just wanted this video to be a separate video because why do we have community? Black women have community because community is embedded into our souls. It is who we are. It is what we believe in. Okay. We walk the walk and talk the talk. You can count on our word. If we say something, that's it. That's what it is. You see what I'm saying? Like we say it, we do it. That's it. There's no confusion. You will know if a Black woman does not like you. You will know that. You will feel that. You will understand it. But in other communities, you don't know. You don't know if you don't know. But Black women know. We know. We know. And so because other communities are not on one accord, then they won't have community. But because we are on one accord, we're going to have the community. We're going to continue to strive and thrive and be amazing like we are, like we do every single day. I hope this video makes sense. I'm getting tired. Yeah, we're going to be live Monday through Friday. I was a little nervous because one of my other videos did very well. And look, guys, I just don't want extra people on my channel like that for real. I'm having an issue with visibility. I'm having an issue because when people click your video expecting one thing and then you don't fulfill what they're looking for or whatever the case may be, it makes me nervous. But it's just kind of like, this is my channel and this is what I be talking about. I really do not be caring like that for real. I care, but not really, you know. And so, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you tomorrow, even though I did 2 videos today. Yeah. Anyway, I got to go to work tomorrow, so I'll see you tomorrow, okay?